What's up, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. I've got some breaking news for you, and it turns out just like hours after TMZ released a story claiming that Sam Asghari and Britney Spears were on the rocks, it turns out that Sam has actually full-blown gone ahead down to the courthouse and filed for divorce. Yes, he is already divorcing his wife of only 14 months, Britney Spears. And I don't say that in a way to kind of come down on him because I can understand why he's divorcing her. With everything that's been going on online and whatnot, it really seems like she's not in a good place. And that might be kind of, difficult to deal with as a husband, right? So let's get into a little bit more about the situation. So Sam is asking for spousal support and for Britney to pay his attorney's fees. And his lawyer is also, making it very well known, but in a very veiled way, that Sam is going to be looking to contest the prenup that he and Britney signed prior to getting married. Now, I don't know how much this part of the story is true, okay? So I just want to make that very clear before I say it, but there have been rumors that Sam is trying to kind of almost, I don't want to use words, blackmail or extort or anything like that, but there have been rumors by certain tabloids claiming that Sam is trying to contest the prenup and incentivize Britney into accepting a new kind of deal that he wants made in exchange for him not sharing certain, sordid details or embarrassing details about her, which I hope is not the case, right? I feel like that's really dirty to do that to somebody, especially somebody who very clearly has gone through a lot in life already as it is. Now, in the initial prenup, Britney basically wanted to make sure that her property and her assets going into the marriage were protected. And Sam had agreed to it because he signed the prenup, right? So let's take a quote directly from the legal documents that he filed at the courthouse. They say that Sam has yet to determine the full nature and extent of the separate property, assets, and obligations of each party. So now he's really worried about these separate assets that Britney had built up long before he came into the picture. Ooh, child. I'd be sick if I were Britney. Honestly, it feels like the poor girl just cannot catch a break. She's just surrounded by vultures, from her friends, her former friends, to her parents, to her siblings, and now to this man. And we can't forget K-Fed either, right? The list really just goes on. It seems like everybody around her has just latched onto her to use her for financial gain, and that just feels really unfair. Now, they're also saying in the court documents, and I quote, "There are various items of community and quasi-community assets and debts, the full nature and extent of which are unknown to Sam at this time." So it seems like he was kind of shut out when it came to their financial lives, which, is not uncommon for the lower earning partner in a very high income household. Typically, all they need to know is that the bills are paid and that they've got a certain allowance, or that they could just go ahead and swipe to their heart's content, right? So I do believe that that was ultimately the arrangement that he had in his relationship with Britney. But given that he seems to be wholly unaware of the extent of her wealth or what have you, he really wants to take the time to really dig into that in this divorce. But let me just tell you this, Sam, you and Brittany have been married for only 14 months. So I think it's just a little bit ridiculous to try and gain some kind of money off of her in this situation. It's really not a significant amount of time. High schoolers have relationships that last longer than 14 months. You know what I mean? So I just don't see this going the way that he wants it to go. And now with everybody knowing that he's, a gold digger, good luck getting another big fish, right? I feel like women are a lot more careful about our money than men are. I feel like a woman can do this to a man, then go ahead and find another man, maybe even a richer man, but a man doing this, please, good luck. Now, TMZ is saying, and I quote, "It's highly unlikely the prenup would be declared invalid by a judge, but the reality is it's not about going to court. As one source with direct knowledge told TMZ, Britney will write a check to Sam, and that will be the end of it." So I guess all he has to do is threaten her, and there you go. All of a sudden, the money is going to be in the bank account. Again, I really don't like this way of operating. I think it's disgusting, and I think it's predatory. And I've always said this, when I heard that they were getting married or that they were even dating, sorry, but somebody who's dating Britney Spears or married to Britney Spears, you can't have clean intentions. As a grown, properly functioning person, when you look at her and just look at the way that she's functioning, or like, barely functioning, you I don't know. I'm trying to like explain this in a way, but it sounds kind of offensive, but let me just back this up. It feels like taking advantage of someone when you know that you're at a certain cognitive level and somebody else is at another level where they're just not there. To me, it's creepy and it's predatory. I always felt that way about this relationship. So I'm not surprised that Sam is, allegedly taking advantage of her state in order to gain more money from her after only being married for a paltry 14 months. Now, in the divorce documents, Sam lists the date of separation as July 28th, 2023, which is only about 3 weeks ago. Now, Britney has not yet responded to the filing, so keep an eye out for that. Of course, I will do a follow-up video when that is the case, but just to kind of back things up on why he's separating from Britney, according to TMZ, they got into a blowout argument where he allegedly accused her of cheating on him, and they just have not been able to find their way back ever since. Honestly, the idea that somebody else is also trying to get with Britney in this state is kind of scary. Y'all, I don't like the sound of this, to be honest with you. I feel like Britney just needs to heal right now. She just needs to be taken care of. She doesn't need to be worried about like getting married to men or dating men or, all of this stuff, I feel like she's just got too much going on, too much to work on to have this. Anyway, you guys, that's the tea. Sam filed for divorce, and he is trying to get more money than he deserves out of Britney. So is anybody really surprised? I sure as hell am not, but you can feel free to go ahead and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.